Hey, what's up, guys? 80 squared here with my first tutorial ever, so please bear with me. In this little series, I'm going to show you how to build, package, and bundle with the right JRE environment your JavaFX application so that it's distributable and not a headache. So, without further ado, we're going to need a bunch of things for this, but for this first part, I'm going to be using Intellij IDEA, and you can get it at jetbrains.com/idea. Shout out to JetBrains and Intellij. They've got the most amazing IDE and a great support staff and overall great product. Except for this part, right? The packaging and building a JavaFX application is quite complicated. We're going to be following this open JFX document. Just if you get lost, just follow these steps. It's basically what I'm doing. All right, so just non-modular with Maven, JavaFX, and IntelliJ. Okay, so we're gonna open IntelliJ IDEA, create a new project. I assume you know about Maven. If you don't, check it out. I'm not gonna dive too much into it. I assume you're stuck somewhere, and I'm gonna go a little bit fast, just trying to show you the issues you're going to run in and how to bypass them, right? So I'm going to build from archetype. Like I said, I'm just following the tutorial I showed you. The links are going to be in the description box, by the way, as well as my donation page for PayPal. If this helped you get unstuck or progress in any way, just consider a donation. Anything helps, right? So the name of the app is going to be Test. All right, it's not like test application. It's rather long name. 80 squared tech. If you don't have this, just use com.example. It's fine. Here we're going to be building from archetype fxml. JavaFX version is not really important for this tutorial. We're going to let Maven do its thing. Again, if you're not familiar with Maven, it's a way to standardize projects. It was released by Oracle, if I'm not mistaken, and it's really neat. It handles everything for us in the dependency section and the plugins and whatever. Um, it's pretty cool. It looks complicated, but once you get used to it, it's pretty fun. All right. So now that we have a JavaFX application, we are just going to run it to make sure everything's all right. Here we are. So we just got a frame, and when you click on the button, it switches to another frame, and it's a working app. What I am going to do today, and the reason for this video, I am going to make my application dependent on an external jar, right? Spring Framework. I just used this one, so by default I'm going to use that one. So Maven imported the jar, so now I'm ready to build my app. Okay, so this is our main class, right? Standard stuff. Primary controller. Hey, what's up, doggy? Sorry, my German Shepherd just wants attention. Now, what I'm going to do is, as I said, I'm going to make myself dependent on a third party. I know this is not, very important or, standard stuff. I'm not a professional. I'm an amateur. So if you've got, comments about the way I'm doing things, this is not the point, right? This is just strictly to help people. Bcrypt dot. Oh, I need to import it. So import org dot spring framework dot security dot everything in there, and I'm just adding the required line. All right, so now that we got the library, yeah, we're just gonna hash a simple string password, and gonna generate a salt. So essentially now string encrypted. Dear God, I am so sorry. All right. So now we have a string that is encrypted and we're using an external jar, and we're just going to print the password when we click the button. So whatever, it's really not important. I'm just making my app dependent on an external jar, and it's going to print the line here. So now we got, yeah, whatever, an application that uses an external jar. So there's this thing in JavaFX, in this version at least, called JLink, and it was supposed to help you bundle an app and take care of everything for you, but I've never gotten into work. And it's probably the reason you're here today, right? So it throws the error and it says that it cannot be used with the external jar you're using because of automatic module, because it's basically missing the module info and you're in the external jar you're trying to use, so it can't use it. So it's one of the issues you're going to run into when you're trying to bundle a JavaFX app. So here's what you can do to bypass that, right? You can try to build a JavaFX application from module test application. But this way I've never gotten into work either. There's always something missing, like the JavaFX libraries. It's going to throw a bunch of errors. It's just a headache. So here's a way you can easily bypass all of that. You're just going to have to create a Java class called launcher, right? Create a main method, and in the main method, just launch the main method from the other class, the app class. And since this one extends the application interface, I don't even know if it's an interface, but since it extends this and this is a JavaFX class, you can't build from a jar from it. But since we've created a class called launcher and this one launches the other class, we can now create an artifact, a jar from module with dependencies, and this is going to bundle everything we need, even the JavaFX library. So create from launcher, not your JavaFX main class, but your Java main class. And this is going to bundle every JavaFX library that you're using, as well as the external jars you're dependent on. And when you build the artifact, sorry about that, I'm a little bit under the weather. Now you've got a runnable jar, right? We're just going to show this in the the Explorer. All right, it's right here. I am going to cut this, and on the desktop, I created two folders, test app and test app installer. So I'm just going to paste it here. So it's in here. Okay. Just for ease of access. So from the command line, this is a runnable jar that contains the JavaFX libraries that you're using. So if you want to run this, you got the standard command. Now you're not forced to tell the Java you're using what libraries to use, like add modules and whatnot. This way you can simply say Java jar test application.jar, and when you press enter it should run, right? But you're going to run into another issue. Oh, I'm not even in the right folder, sorry. CD desktop application. Dear God. Sorry about that. Desktop. Test app. Sorry. CD test app. So now I'm in the right folder. Okay, so Java jar test application.jar. So now you're running into another issue. There's no main manifest attribute in your jar. But wait a minute. When we created the artifact, it created the folder meta-inf, right, with the manifest in it. And if you open the file, it contains your main class. It's a 2-line code. It's really nothing. But copy this line. Go back to Explorer. Use WinRAR, okay? That's what I use, and it's the only way I know how to do it. So open it with WinRAR. Sorry if it's in French. Go to the manifest. Open it with block node. Note block, notepad, whatever. And you can see here, automatic module name, empty. Just replace this line with what you copied, your main class from your app. Save this. Now it's asking you, do you want to update the library? So say yeah. The archive, sorry. Close WinRAR. And if you run it again, now you got a runnable jar, but from the command line. Who wants that, really? If you're building a JavaFX application, I assume you want to, release it, give it to people so they can use it on their computers, right? But this is no way to run an app. And it's dependent on the fact that the person that wants to run your app has the right JRE, the runtime environment that you use to create this. And it's really a headache. So what you can do is wrap your runnable jar inside a .exe file containing the right runtime environment. And that's exactly what I am going to show you in my next video. So stay tuned. Hope this helps. Hope you got unstuck. And if this helps in any way, consider a donation. I'll see you in the next video.